Hey everybody, Asher here, and we're back with even more Star Traders Frontiers. And I was just saying I screw up these intros all the time. We are continuing where we left off as we are going to be making another clan that would typically be pretty nice to us, kind of mad at us, which we already have one group in here that's pretty mad. And one of the unfortunate things is that we have to hop through this area to get between our two homeworlds. Fortunately, any damage we do to our reputation here is not really gonna be permanent because we can totally fix that with some in-game systems later. But I'm gonna bite the bullet here. We're gonna start with the story situation that we left off with before, which I might as well click here. We have 1 year and 2 weeks, and we still. Oh my God, it's still overdue. You're just gonna have to get over it, dude. Um, so we have just essentially to go down. She wants us to either independently investigate or go ahead and review the additional evidence Char is holding, which are on Mongrel, the system around which the Highwind military institution was orbiting, which, congratulations, is right over here. Now, we do have two options for this, as we have yet another failed command test. And unfortunately, by doing this, you can see some options that were available to us before are now closed. We can still buy things. Unfortunately, they don't have great prices here because their economy kind of sucks. But we can do this one of two ways. We can do arbiter neutrality here, which is just turning it in and looking at evidence, or we can do arbiter neutrality here, which means we have to spy. Now, this is what I was talking about with the card game before, is that we have a good chance of winning, a good chance of losing, a good chance of running into other ships. We could get a bunch of stuff done by the crew. Or we could just go down and try and take the diplomatic approach. So we have a 20% chance of mission success. We could have smugglers. We could run into cards that ruin our reputation. None of these things really suck, so I'm going to go for it. Oh, we missed it. So we did use one of our talents, which does mitigate against this card here. And we can repeat. Now, here's where things are a little bit worse. We have a higher potential for success. This is not decreasing our reputation, I think. We could get damage to our components, which would kind of suck. We do have pretty much a lot of things here that could potentially go wrong. So instead of fortune favoring the bold, let's dock. Let's go here. And we do have escort the arbiter safely from our meetings, but nothing more. Low risk operation will mitigate our reputation loss. We can accompany her to the palace and join in legal proceedings and viewing of the evidence of Prince Fane's behalf. If we succeed, we could gain a 50% bonus payment, but failure will cause additional reputation loss. So it's kind of risk versus reward. We spy and potentially blow ourselves up, or we just do this. I want to try joining the arbitration. I did get a maximum charisma score for a reason, even if my negotiate skill sucks. So it does not look like the news was good, Arbiter. No, things have not improved. I'd hoped there would be something I could do, but that somehow Prince Attain would be bending or breaking the Shalloon law to prosecute Valencia unfairly, but that's not the case. The evidence against Valencia is overwhelming and damning. They have not hesitated to share that with me. So we could say any of these things, that we must trust Shalloon law and the judge. What can be done? I say this is not what Callahan's expecting. That does not matter. What matters is the truth and the law. My failure would be carried down my lineage, clear to every arbiter who followed me to see. There's no question I cannot help the Fane family in this. Uh-oh! Oh no, we failed. So that's terrible. Actually, we had like a critical failure. Even with our best efforts, the shift of political terrain turned against Arbiter. We wasted an additional 2 weeks. Arkham is not bound to help our reputation with either clan. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we've made everybody mad. We've screwed everything up. Everything is terrible. And now we have minus 16 reputation, which if we double check, I don't know if it'll show up here or not. We are now not able to get doctor services here and anything. It's not all is lost. We can still buy and sell from the markets. But let's go ahead and turn this in because everything is awesome. Can we get anything kind of good on the way out? We do have a farming world up there. We do have a lot of population places up here. We did check out this wilderness place before and this independent population. Let's go ahead and head up here because we have a few options there, but it's nice to know that once again, there are a lot of ways you can screw up or lose in Star Traders, but because of the fact that it takes a whole lot of monumental losses to just completely destroy your run. Bad things are going to happen, but there are systems within the game that let you bounce back if you put in the time and effort. So that's pretty nice. All right, we do have one level up that we can do. And if we look at our ship meter here, you can see that right now only ship ops is at issue. We want to start upgrading our stuff once we get to around 150, maybe 125. We could probably upgrade some of these things now. Obviously not here because there's starports closed to us. We need to get our reputation a little bit higher. We can buy grain, which is apparently wanted on refinery places. That's nice. We'll save that for a more friendly faction, I think. So 52 and 46 is fine. Maybe. All right, what's leather good in? Leather's apparently good in refinery too. So let's buy that. Buy that. Because I kind of want to see what's up here too. We have, oh, a very dangerous wilderness with not so nice wealth. But lots of explorations available. Well, that can be terrible. Look at all this wonderful pollution that's here. Isn't it lovely? Once again, they'll at least sell us fuel. That's really nice. And we can sell for a tiny profit. That's all we're really going for at this point. So we have alloy, which we did learn last episode is different. Okay, anything we can do that farming places want. Everybody wants vodka. Alright, so polymer. We do have a neutral tradeaway zone that we can hit up here in just a little bit. That should be where? Right here? No, that's a neutral. We did have a neutral tradeaway zone. It's all the way over here. So a little bit too far for us today, but we can remember that in the future. I'm trying to take some good mental notes. So let's just do the easy trade. All right. So land here, more fuel, more sales. 7,000. Now we do have a talent here where we do have a charisma check chance of getting a new contact. And we, in fact, just learned of Javat Princess from the Merchant Talent Market Confidant. So that's one reason we picked it up. And if we look at our, not Star Atlas, you dum-dum, you can suddenly see we have an additional contact here in the Dark Void. And I'm really hoping it's someone who's related to this place because that would be an excellent way to be able to rebuild some of our reputation. So we also have a little notice here, which is pretty interesting. I'm not sure what that notice is. And it looks like this is our contact. So I wonder, is our contact actually Princess What's-Her-Name? That would be hilarious. So you know what? Let's drop this off here. We're gonna visit this contact now. We can't actually go to the doctor. You know, do they have a doctor? No, they don't. But I might be able to rebuild some of my reputation here by working with this. Unfortunately, making sales to these guys might impact... Yeah, oh, it is actually the princess here. The Spice Hall looks busy and inviting. I think it's time for a visit. We lost a crew member as well. So, left and did not return. Level 3 E-Tech departed, which is kind of bad. These people are telling us that we need to watch our morale. We can't go to the Spice Hall. 2 crew have low morale. How's our ship looking now? So we can still fly. Okay, we do have 1 crew slot available, and we're gonna hold on to that for just a minute. Our crew is owed money. We could sell this here, and we can buy possibly scrap here. So attain Char. Can we do anything for you? Personal rep, Javant rep, missions here. And this will increase influence and the ally and friend as well here, or my personal trait. I'll drive the types of missions I offer. What is she? She's a princess. Pardon introduction. Trade permits, which would be really nice. So this is another great way to actually rebuild rep. So that's excellent. A public exchange piles of the judge officially under Satyr Syndicate's protection. So this lowers our reputation with this people, but will raise our reputation here. So it's kind of fun where you get to safeguard the life of Judge of what's her name. Has work to do with the hostile place here. So requires at least one free passenger. Well, we can pick that up later. Does she have another mission that doesn't possibly require a passenger? No, so these are all diplomatic things, which is okay. And she's not going to offer anything else right now, but we know she's there, so that's good. Any scrap, probably not worth buying. So normally I go back up here and follow my always be trading rule, but right now what we really need to do is to heal up our people before we have any more crew abandoned ship. So let's do that. So 1 crew slot, 3 people learning. That's part of Star Traders, is that sometimes crew is just gonna leave. If anything, I'm surprised we've gone this far without losing crew. So we can go back down here. Here's our 1 Prince contact. We have some people that hate us because they ain't us. And we do have some potential trade running that we can do as well. So that's pretty good. And we have a neutral bounty hunter, which fortunately we can bribe. Alright. Because they're neutral, we could actually shoot them out of the sky if we want to, but I don't really want to mess with that right now. Alright, so let's land. So, commodity overdue. We'll return another day, I guess. I really wish I could abandon that mission. Arbiter neutrality. Let's go ahead and finish the story here. We accompany her. Many welcomes, Estelle. I'm sorry. There's some questions about the quality of the art here in this game. Obviously, it's way better than anything I can draw, but his face looks ridiculous. And Captain, once again, I owe you my gratitude. Greetings to both of you. We have not met. My name's Valencia. I have a very, very specific haircut for my era. Valencia, it's an honor to finally meet you. I only wish it was under better circumstances. Estelle, don't be bandy with words. Oh, this writing's quality. Speak your news now and clearly. Callahan, you are well aware of my commitment to Shilin law. Don't start prating with me with that, Estelle. I don't want to hear it. Father, contain yourself. Absolutely not, Val. You don't know this witch, but I do. She's about to feed you to those Javat hogs. You should hear your daughter's warning, Callahan. You betray me, my family, my daughter. I betray no one. I uphold the law. You can't be serious. I didn't bomb them. By the flag, this is a farce. Well, if she bombed it, I guess she did a good job surviving. I'm sorry, Valencia. They hold undeniable evidence. Multiple bombs were smuggled off your ship onto the high wind. Surveillance footage from multiple satellites and security systems all support their claims. I should not be telling you this. It taints the case, but I am because of our friendship. Because of our friendship? How can you even say that now, you snake in the grass? Well, responsibility flows upwards as the captain of the Medusa vows be found guilty. I did no such thing. ... And this is one of the nice times to remind you, at least from my other job, to tell you that if you're high up on the food chain, you are responsible for the conduct of your people down below, barring other circumstances. So, sucks to be the captain. And he says, get out of my court. Now, be gone, you Zendu witch. So, isn't that really nice that we're just like, oh, we're out of here too. And we got major experience, 240 across the crew. You know what? I think they're all a bunch of crybabies. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'm impressed with holding to your moral code. We send you hold to our codes. It is our curse and our strength. That's why we're still relevant today. Well, will it be enough? Shaloon Law has held many syndicates and great houses together for centuries. But the strain is starting to show our old oaths may not be enough anymore. So we could say as well, this is the case completely lost. Callahan is sure to fight it tooth and nail and claw to the bitter end, but my judgment, it's lost. What do we do next? I must recuse myself from the proceedings. I'll find another Star Trader to give me a ride back to my holdings on Ryline. Whatever happens next, it won't be helped by having me here. And what do you do once you arrive there? There's no further time to waste. The legal mess has shown me one thing, that faction accords aren't working for our people anymore. There's a few coming between Fane and the Char, and it'll be long, deep, and bloody. It'll be enough. It'll not end with their attempt on Val's life. If Shaloon Law and the local judicial structures aren't enough to stop this from happening, then we must find new ways to keep the peace. I've long championed amendments to the faction accords from the United Coalition that have overseen this kind of case of United Coalition would have taken it out of the hands of the Dramat judge, and if the case had been handled by a neutral party, perhaps this feud could have been prevented. No, that's not how the world works, man. So much hangs in the balance. Two more royal families locked in a death grip of a feud. Thousands of lives, years, and the instability of war. Blood spit both sides. Everybody's unhappy. Sigh, there's so much to do. Our people can wait no longer. I need a dedicated Star Trader to help me. Glares. You've more than proven your mettle. I would ask you if I could get it. I know you may wish to stay here and help the prince see through this. Arbiter Beckstrom has added an offer to a mission list, and I'm sure we'll find Prince Fane is calmed, except that we didn't do his other mission, if we wish to return to his court and his employ. Till we meet again, see ya! But I see you're thinking about helping Fane. You must be careful of the court politics, Captain. Join me instead. Well, that's a decision I'll have to make. I should not be telling you this, but I spoke with the judge who's ruling on the case. He is hard set on keeping the legal proceedings within 6 years. That's well within his rights of a judge. Enough. I've said far too much. Now go. Well, that's great. We have 6 years. 6 years is a really, really long time. So we gained 8 rep and 1 influence, which is very exciting, even though we've screwed up other stuff here. So we could try and get more missions from him. We could go on Spice Leave or anything. We still need 1 crew. Wow, we had some very unhappy people. So if we look at our crew here, what do we have? We have more officers going and growing here. We did lose an E-Tech. I feel like maybe I should get an E-Tech back because we have you who has Hotwire. We have you a Signature Jammer. Yeah, I think we want to get another E-Tech, which they fortunately do have here. Now there are lots of other potential things that I could get in terms of classes, but right now I'm just trying to keep things delicately balanced. So let's go ahead and do this here. So, jobs. Let's go ahead and raise our Explorer. That's going to be our first one here. I kind of want to raise Smuggler. There's a lot of good talents for Smuggler here. I already said I'd do Doctor level 5. And we're going to stick with having 2 Explorers because we're going to be doing a lot of Explorer stuff later on. In E-Tech, we do want a second Signature Jammer. I know it doesn't seem like a lot because we haven't encountered a lot of ships yet. Yeah, 6 years is basically forever, especially in space travel where you can just hyper jump everything. So you know what? You're a big crybaby that said, wah, wah, get out of my place now. But before we go, I am actually going to pick the component you wish to upgrade your ship. Now, there's a few things we can upgrade pretty well. Weapons locker is one of the more important things, and I really want to filter this by type. I wish there was a better way to do this. I always forget. So this improves gear for our crew. There's probably better than A2. The other things that we can do, we could get rid of Nav Assist, and we can get a second little mission bay. A lot of these other things are kind of required, except unless we want to get rid of like one of these weapon systems, which might be good because I want to get a second passenger cabin. -2 jump cost, I know it adds up over time, but I think I would, well, let's see, we could actually pick up more cargo space, which is also really nice. But I think if we filter this again, I think it's missions, yeah. Let's go ahead and buy this instead. We want to start upgrading some ships here. Getting 1 passenger added onto here will definitely, especially if that princess is going to be handing us a lot of missions here. The other things that we can upgrade that are very important, we have our crew quarters here. Now, for whatever reason, this ship only allows you to have a maximum of 30 crew. And we could spend a lot of money to go ahead and upgrade that now, but I'm going to hold on to that for just a minute, because the number 1 priority I have in the early game for upgrading this ship is going to be increasing the cargo stores. So notice how expensive it is to increase cargo as well, but it also increases fuel capacity. 134 nearly bankrupts us, so I don't really want to do that. But 180... which adds 10 more cargo and 10 more fuel capacity. It adds up over time. I'm going to do this first, and as we get a little bit higher up here and start really slashing around the trading, we'll get this a little bit higher. And I think I lied from what I said before. It is probably better that I go ahead and get the crew quarters now. It's not, it doesn't cost that much. Okay, it cost a bit, but we're gonna be okay. So there's our ship upgrades, and if we look back over here, suddenly things have moved around. You see that it hasn't moved around too much, but now we can hold 85 bits of cargo, which is really nice. We do have some missions available. Notice that we have 5 years and 43 weeks, 12 years, and these are hard deadlines. And the fun part is that you can jump out of these and go back into these missions as well. But I think the number one thing I need to do beyond anything else other than paying my crew is if we buy some stuff here, we can start flipping some things again. Electronic components, really well liked in population areas, population or luxury population zones. Man, that would be so good if only I could afford it. I can't afford it. Only problem is if we look over here, we don't have too many exciting places that we can actually sell some of this population stuff. But if we do a little bit of trading, well, let's see. That is a luxury population. I think the one thing I ran into before though is what's their trade law? Trade law 7. Okay. So let's not screw this up this time. Luxury clothing, legality 9 verse 7 trade law. So we can potentially sell this. Components we can definitely sell. So I think we can make our way back here pretty well in just a minute. So let's go ahead and do that. Anything else we can drop off at population place just to fill up our cargo, because the first thing we want to do is kind of slingshot ourselves back into the fight here. So we have other contacts that we can get missions from as well. And missions are a great way to get more stuff. Alright, so we need 6 crew. But we're not going to be getting that crew just yet. But that's another reason I want to visit some of these people, is that we got some more crew spots specifically to fill that out. See, this time we can sell it. So it was the other stuff that made it the problem here. So will we get another contact? Let's look over here. Trade alliance conflict has ended. Thaloon emerged stronger than Steel Song. That's nice. We did not actually get a new contact this time. It takes a charisma check. It doesn't happen every time. We have lots of precious poop here, so that's great. Where do we turn this into again? Is it good for refinery and farming zones? Well, we do have a refinery down here. So I do want to get some contacts. So we're going to pop down here, go over here, go back here, and we need to get some people from our contacts. We need to yeah. So this is we're pretty much going to rebuild our wallet, and then in the next episode what we're really going to do is try to play the other side of the table here and see what we can get from... Oh, we do actually have a refinery. We have double refineries. That's nice. But what we're going to try and do is build up our reputation from the other faction here. And I do think it is safe to go ahead and get one crew dog. They're just a jack of all trades, so that's really good to have. Let's see here. So refinery, these are good for industrial. We have carbonite, we have Vidco, which is nice. Do we have anything? Yeah, that's a decent turnaround. Strong alloy, also a good turnaround. Not as good as this though. So we can buy 66 of this. We can buy 19 of this. Yeah, because that's all we can carry. The other alternative would be just to buy some stuff that maybe doesn't sell for quite as flashy. And maybe make a second run down here. Like I said, my number one goal right now, and this is where the game gets into its rhythm a little bit. You've just kind of got to get your trades together, make things work. And let's see, we have good morale. We're back in kind of our home area here. We have lots of good things we can sell, so we can get this money back almost straight away. And what else did we say you had that we can buy? Electronic components is good. Luxury rations, they just don't have that many of them. But let's see what we can get here. They do want these. I mean, that's a really low price point. That was not my best move. Like, even buying all that clothing and stuff is kind of dull, but whatever. We already made the mistake. We're gonna make a mistake, make it big, I guess, right? Oh, we have a pirate. Now we have fight or surrender. Their speed outclasses us, but our escape abilities outclass them. So we just bought a bunch of stuff. We're not getting rid of it. This is the ship combat screen. Yay! A lot of this is kind of card-based battles, but all we're going to do at this point is just try and run. You see, that is the theme early on by playing this here. We use the sharp steering talent to increase our ability to get away, and we get away. Hooray! Now, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, or last episode, is that we are more likely to run into pirates because we have a higher signature, because we're carrying some fairly valuable, especially trade permit restricted stuff. So just some things to watch out for. So we have another luxury population, heal the crew, pay the monies. We need 5 crew. Oh man, mechanic actually wouldn't be terrible. We do have 1 on board. Oh man, so many things to think about. I'll buy 1. That's gonna leave us with getting 2 explorers and 2 other things, which is fine. Sell cargo. So see, we're not gonna get a huge profit on the luxury rations, but we're gonna get a profit. So don't get a contact and don't get a contact. But look at that, we're already back up to 60,000. They've even produced more biomass for us, which is nice. They have a lot of scrap too. Let's go ahead and buy that, because we're going to go visit up here, and we're going to visit our 2 contacts and call it a video. And we actually have a farming place that we cannot buy or sell from. So it's nice how many friends and enemies we've made this early. We do have our retired explorer, and they will buy this, so that's nice. I think we've already kind of blown through what electronic components we can get. Crop harvesters, no, that's fascinating. I would flip those. Power generators need a higher trade permit. And that's one of the nice things about the princess as well, is that not only are we going to be able to repair our reputation, we will actually be able to, at the end of the day, get to, oh, let's see, these are needed on population places. So we'll go ahead and buy those as well. But one thing that we're going to be able to do that's really nice is end up kind of turning things around and not only getting some money, but getting our reputation built back up and getting trade permits for other places. As you can see, we can buy another trade permit here. Maybe. Oh, beyond contact max. Okay, so we can't buy it from you. What a waste. Missions, though. Alright, so we have deliver this cube into the Dark Void. And this goes against this faction. Everything kind of goes against the faction. Gas processors have a legality of 6 and a trade permit rating of 3. Good lord. You can't even get me that trade permit. You dummy. Okay, do we have any other missions that you'll offer? This is a one-way mission. I think I'll do this. We're already kind of on our way there. So what we need to do is get this data cube, and we must do an expedition, which will be good because that'll let us actually look at the expedition menu. Let's go ahead and recruit 2 E-Scouts. There's 1. There's 2. And we've used a little bit of our personal rep here, but that's fine. And we have 2 crew spots left, and we're going to get it from our buddy up here. What do we buy in our cargo here? We have farming, population. What do we say this is? These are both places that we like to send to a population planet, which we do have one here, and we do have a few more in the other area. So I'll probably hit that before we go, and at least make 1 more sale as we trade out of here. So high-tech industrial, yet again. Let's land, heal the crew, because bad things happen all the time. If we try and sell, F to pay respects. We could have bought a lot of luxury clothing here. This is where we bought our advanced medicines before. But notice their economy is only above average. Narcotic spice is very exciting, but we have to find a place to sell it. Fortunately, we do have one in the neutral trade-away zone that is over in the next area. So that is something to think about. Weapon components, that's not very good, but yeah, I think we got a few things that we can flip here for sure. All right, well, and the only reason it's letting us hold 11 is because our stores are pretty big. Maybe we can make this work. Anyway, let's go ahead and do you have any missions for us? Total of 5 jumps. It pays a lot. Total of 1 jump, and we have 1 year to do it. We must procure 25 units of vodka. Yeah, you know what? That's a little bit easier to procure. So, Bikian Helix or Bikian Helix or Zephyrus Abyss. Let's take a look at the... I need to see, all these missions take us down here. That's a little bit of a problem. I kind of want to deal with that later. I kind of want to go back to over here for now. We're going to be running some missions in the Dark Void. And it looks like we have another actual contact over here as well. So that is another thing we can potentially explore. So let's go ahead, move on down, do the moves that I said we do. It's really unfortunate that we have to go all the way up there to buy our really expensive goods, but it's fine. We have 1 population place and it's all the way across the friggin' sector. And we also have a little notice there, so I wonder if that's like a shower of meteorites has damaged our ship and reduced morale. That's exciting. Ship ops sucks. Oh my god, all the ship ops is failing. Okay. So let's land. Fortunately, we didn't have anyone die. And we still need 2 crew. Did I? Oh, you know what? We need to go back up there because I forgot to buy crew anyway. So medicines, sell clothing, sell scrap for industrial, sure. See, this is good. I have to go back up there anyway, and then we'll end the video this way. So back up here. But yeah, this is Star Traders Frontiers, where eventually you start going a lot back and forth. And like I said, there's a lot you can do. Oh, it's a pirate, but it's our faction. So we're just going to acknowledge them. No reputation lost from them. Suddenly, our crews remembered how to use all their saving stuff. Failed doctor test from a flesh-eating viral agent. Airlock accident again. This is our crew needs some help here. So we got some missions. We don't need to sell anything at the black market. We do need to recruit 2 scavengers, though. The scavengers are going to be good for some of the orbital stuff we're going to have to do, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Scavengers are kind of like crew dogs. They have a... oh, we have low morale people. Still? Huh. Oh, it's because there is a storm over here, I guess. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Let's buy. So we said before, this is, our cargo hold is overflowing with goods. Of course it is. Sell the scrap. Alright, so we could take a risk and sell this spice, or we can just go ahead and get as many advanced medicines as we can. Let's see. Yeah, this is really interesting because we can buy some of these as well. Man, we're gonna have a big target on our back. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so buy this. Look, our money's going away. Buy this. Look, our money's going away. Population or luxury population. I'd rather do. I could buy some weapon systems as well. But we're starting to get into some trouble with how high our signature's going, but we're going to try and pump up our money as much as possible. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, so we have stupidly valuable cargo. Most of it trade permit restricted. This could possibly go terribly for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the video by doing some skills here. Like I said, we have some pretty low morale. Probably a lot of it is the new crew. We have jobs again. Like I said, we're going to be upping our explorer stuff quite a bit. So it's good to have some specializations. Let's see. This is a smuggler. Smuggler's what we want. And when attempting to access the black market, actually removing a risk card is pretty nice. Always gain access at one access level higher, but you have to get in there. Let's go ahead and do this. Like I said, getting some of those cards early is very important. You're a gunner. You're level 5. So we start to get into our level 5 abilities, which includes when salvaging an orbital or when patrolling an orbital, remove a risk card. We're going to be doing a lot of patrolling for faction reparations later, so we want that now. You're also level 5, so we get to start dealing with this now. Efficient landing, reduce fuel cost. Let's see here. Land efficiently in zone reduces. That's fine. You want to have a little bit of those. Here's another gunner with levels, and once again, I'm not getting the ship combat. I'm not getting the ship combat specific stuff because that's not really what we're going to be doing a lot of. Most of our ship combat is going to involve us running the heck away. Okay, so we want that level 5 ability. We're going to try and get a lot of savings here. Exo Scout as well. Exploring a wild zone. Increase rewards by 10%. Might as well get one of those. Scavengers. Scavengers are once again one of those jack of all trades. Master of some. So when exploring in a wild zone, we can increase rewards when salvaging. We want to do automatically pass a failed repair test for at least one of them. For these guys, it's the higher level skills, including they have a exploring in a wild zone, replace a risk card with actual reward cards. So that's pretty nice. Salvaging, reroll a risk card. Might as well get one of those. You never know when you're going to find yourself salvaging something. Crew dog, when patrolling a system, remove a risk card when salvaging. We'll do it like this. Because like I said, patrolling is the thing we're about to start doing. But I imagine a lot of our low morale is just coming from... Oh, really? It's just coming from the fact we have a lot of new crew. We need more people to pass repair tests, thank you. And yeah, that's going to do it. This is Asher. We are going to see if we can haul this terrible stuff through some terrible worlds and see if we can get our crew morale back up in ship shape. Thanks for watching. We're going to do this again in just a moment.